What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is White Gamer. Today we have the level 95 cam build. We're going to have 3 different archetypes. We're going to start off with the Maestro at cam for the first archetype. Height, go with 5'8". You can even go with 5'7" if you want. Weight, we're going to go with 160 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the +2 acceleration, +2 agility, the -2 jumping, and the -2 strength. I do want to mention we are going to be unlocking the Maestro Plus, which will give you the Tech Plus. For your attributes, guys, agility, get it very, very high, guys. 95. I would not recommend 99, guys, because you're not going to notice the difference. Remember, your agility will actually be 97 in-game because of the +2 from the body. This is going to help your pro turn directions much, much quicker. Balance, we're going to get that to 95. That's going to make it difficult for opponents to push you off the ball. And as a cam, you do want to have good balance. Balance also does play a role in how well your pro dribbles with the ball. Reactions, go with 95. This is going to increase the responsiveness time and how responsive overall your pro feels. So that's why we got that to 95. Ball control, we'll get it to 90. That is more than enough, guys. I wouldn't recommend going higher than that. You're not going to notice a difference. You're already going to have first touch playstyle. Dribbling, we're going to go with 95. This is going to keep the ball very close to your feet. Also, since we're going with a Tech Plus, the dribbling feels really, really, really good on this build. Composure, you're going to go with 91 composure. This is allowed for your pro to give off good passes while you're under pressure, or take shots while you're under pressure. Now, for your pace, max it out, guys. You're level 95. We're towards the end of the game cycle. Go with 90 acceleration and 90 sprint speed. Remember, you will get a +2 acceleration, so you will actually have 92 from the body. Then for the strength, we're going to go with 87 strength and 80 aggression, guys. Aggression and strength does help your pro shield and protect the ball much better. This was confirmed back when we got the pitch notes number 4 back in November, I think, or December. So go with strength and aggression. And then we are going to go with stamina, guys, so we can get the quick step play style. Then you're going to go with a 5-star weak foot, so you can have the ability to pass or shoot with either of your foot. And then we're going to go with a 4-star skill move. If you want, you can even just go with the 3-star. At the end of the day, you are playing cam. You shouldn't be doing too many skill moves, but we're going to go with a 4-star just for the sake of the video. Curve, get that to 90. That's going to help out with Travella passes, which gives it a nice little bend. Then we're going to go with long pass. This will give you 95 long pass and 90 short pass. I would not recommend going higher than 90 on short pass, guys. It's going to be an overkill and it's going to be a waste of points. You're either going to keep the Tiki Taka Plus or go with the regular one, which that is more than enough. But we go with high long pass and high vision because the vision plays a role in how accurate those long passes come out, which is really, really good. And then, guys, we're going to go with some points on scoring. We're going to get 85 finishing and 80 shot power just because we had points left over. So just go with that. Sometimes as a cam, the passing option might not be available and you might need to take a shot. So you actually will be able to score with this build since you have decent enough finishing. But remember, your priority is always to pass first. And like I said, guys, you will have the Tech Plus. And the one I would recommend taking out is the Tiki Taka Plus. You can keep it if you want. You can skip this part and just have it unlocked for in the future if you want to switch. But I would definitely just recommend taking out Tiki Taka Plus. The regular one will do more than the job. And since you have really high short passing stats, that's going to carry the short passing. And guys, you have the best passing playstyles in the game. You have Ping Pass Plus, Incisive Pass Plus, and Long Ball Pass Plus. So any type of pass that you're doing, whether it's a through ball, a long ball in the air, a through ball in the air, a switch, a chip pass, a driven pass, you're covered. You have the most important passing playstyles in the game for a cam. Now, for your regular playstyles, we will go with the regular Tiki Taka. Like I said, this will do the job, but if you want, you can put Tiki Taka Plus back on. But I would recommend going with Tech Plus. It is way too good to not be using it, especially at cam. Then we're going to go with Inventive. This helps out a lot with those double tap passes. Also, you can do Travella passes, which are really, really good, especially when you combine it with Incisive Pass or Long Ball Pass. For your third one, we are going to go with First Touch. This can help you reduce those bad touches or control when you receive the ball. Next, we're going to go with Press Proven. This keeps the ball very close to your feet and also helps you protect the ball much more effectively. Next, we're going to go with Quick Step. It's going to help you accelerate quicker. Just when you're off the ball, you need to show support. And then for your last 4, we are going to be going with go with Finesse Shot, guys. Go with the shooting one because you never know. You're going to be open. And then I would recommend going with the low-driven shot as well. So you have the ability to do low-driven shots and finesse shots. And then you can do low-driven finesses, low-driven travellas, whatever you want to do. But definitely go at least 2 of the scoring ones. And then for the last two, I would recommend going with rapid. So as you're pushing up, your pro doesn't take those heavy touches or heavy knock-ons with the ball. And then last but not least, boys and girls, you can go with the trickster. You can go with the enforcer if you want, which will make it much difficult for them to shoo you off the ball. Or you can even go with a game changer. So the last one, it's all up to you guys. The trickster is nice because when you do a fake shot, it does a unique fake ball roll. Or I would probably go with the enforcer. Either the enforcer or the game changer. All up to you guys. But the enforcer did get a buff in this most recent update, so it will make it difficult for them to get you off the ball when you're shielding the ball. But boys and girls, these are the playstyles and attributes that we went for level 95 Maestro at Cam. Now we have the Magician at Cam for level 95 height. So we're going to go with 5'8" again. You can go with 5'7" if you want. Weight, so we're going to go with 149 pounds. Make sure you go with the height and weight combination that gives you the +2 acceleration, +2 agility, and the -2 jumping and -2 strength. I do want to mention, since you're playing Cam with this Magician build, we will be going with Invader Specialization. For your attributes, guys, get your agility, balance, and reactions to 95. You want your pro to be able to turn directions really quick with the ball. The high balance will make it difficult for opponents to push you off the ball. Also, balance does help out with dribbling. And for the reactions, this is going to help your pro just be way more responsive overall. Ball control, 90 is more than enough. Once you go higher, you're not going to really notice the difference, guys, especially since you will have a play style. Dribbling, get that to 92. You want the ball to be as close as possible to your feet whenever you need to dribble out of situation, or just dribble in general with the ball. Composure, we're going to go with 93 composure. This is going to allow for your pro to play to the best ability while you're under pressure. Also, the composure does play a role when you are about to receive the ball and you have people or opponents around you. Now, for your pace, go with 90 acceleration and 90 sprint speed, guys. This is more than enough. I know you can get 95 acceleration and 95 sprint speed, but that's an overkill for Cam. 90 pace should be more than enough. And remember, you will have 92 acceleration because of the +2 from the body. So this is really fast for a Cam, guys. This really is. If you want to max out your pace, you can, but that is a total overkill. 95 pace is way too much for a Cam, and 90 is more than enough. Now, for your strength, yes, go with strength, 87 strength, and we're going to go with some aggression, guys, because aggression and strength, those two attributes, they play a role in protecting or shielding the ball much more effectively, so you don't want to be a weak Cam. So it's going to make it difficult for opponents to get you off the ball because you have the strength, the aggression, you have high balance, and you will have the press proven. Stamina, get it to 80 so we can get the quick stat play style. Weak foot, go with the 5-star weak foot. Skill move, we're going to go with at least a 4-star. If you want, you can go with a 3-star. That will do the job as well. Then for the curve, get that to 95, guys. Curve is going to help you with those Travella passes, those finesse shot. Since you have finesse shot plus, that's going to be very, very good for that. So get that curve really high. Long pass, we're going to max it out 92 in order so we can get the incisive pass plus. Short pass at 90 is more than enough, guys. If you go higher than that, you're not going to notice. You're really not, and you're going to have the regular tiki-taka anyways. Vision, we're going to max out the vision to 96. This is going to help out with how accurate those through balls come out when you're doing it on the ground or in the air. Also, vision does play a role in finesse shots, so those finesse shots are going to be really, really good. Attacking positioning, get it to 90. We're going to only do this so we can get the incisive pass plus. Finishing, go with 86 and then 90 shot power. So you are going to be able to not only facilitate with this build, but also score. If your teammates are ever covered, you can take a finesse shot and it's most likely going to go in. And like I mentioned, guys, at the start of this archetype, you will have the Invader, which will give you the incisive pass plus. I would recommend removing the chip shot plus. That is a waste. That is a waste. Incisive pass plus is really, really good for those through balls. And if you're watching this archetype, that means you're going to be playing it at Cam. So the incisive pass plus is perfect for the Cam. False nine, center forward. Now, the Magician did get the inventive plus, which is good for Cam. Those Travella passes, those fancy passes, those double tap passes with double tap A or double tap X if you're on PlayStation is really good. And then you have Tech Plus, which is really, really good to dribble with. And let's not forget the Finesse Shot Plus. From time to time, you might need to rip it. Now, for your regular playstyles, we're going to go with the ping pass. Next, we're going to go with the long ball pass. It's going to be good for those LB-wides or L1 in triangles or any chip pass. Ping pass will allow for the ball to travel much quicker on the ground with RBA or R1 and X. Then we're going to go with the regular tiki-taka for those quick distant passes, and the passes do come out a little bit quicker. Then for the rest, we are going to go with a quick step. It's going to help you accelerate quicker. Then we're going to go with the first touch so your pro's not taking bad touches or control of the ball when you receive the ball. Next, I would go with rapid. So when you're pushing up with the ball as a cam, your pro doesn't take those heavy touches or heavy knock on. And then for the last three, I would definitely recommend going with the press proving. This is really important as a cam. It's going to help you shield the ball much better. And when you're jogging with the ball stays much closer to your feet. Then for the last two guys, it's going to come down to you. If I'm being honest, you can go with the trickster if you want, or we can go with the enforcer. The enforcer is really, really good. I would definitely recommend it, guys. It's going to be very, very hard for them to get you off that ball because the enforcer allows you to protect the ball with more physicality. And then for the last one, again, you can go with trickster if you want, or we can go with one of the other shootings. Now, you do have the finesse shot already, so I would recommend going with the low-driven shot. So now you have the finesse shot plus, and you're doing low-driven finesses are very overpowered with this build since you have the gold finesse shot. So that's why we went with the low-driven shot. So you're going to be able to score or assist with this build, all up to you. But boys and girls, these are the playstyles and attributes that we went for level 95 Cam Magician. Now we have the creator at Cam for level 95 height. Again, we're going to go with 5'8". You can go a little bit smaller if you want. Weight, we're going to go with 149 pounds. For the weight and height combination, go with the one that gives you the +2 stats and the -2 stats. I do want to mention, guys, we are going to be going with the whip pass plus, but if you want, you can go with the dead ball plus if you kick set pieces for your team. Attributes, same as before, guys. Get the agility to 95. This is going to allow for your pro to turn much quicker when you have the ball. Balance, we're going to go with 96. We're actually going to max it out because this is going to make it difficult for opponents to push you off the ball or get you off the ball. So that's why we went with high balance. Also, balance does play a role in dribbling with the ball. Reactions, get that to 95. That's going to help out with the overall responsiveness of the build, which is very important. Ball control, get it to 90. This will do more than the job. I would not recommend going higher than that. Dribbling, we're going to get that to 90. Since you have high balance, you're going to have the tech as well. So your dribbling is going to be really, really good. Composure, we're going to go with 92. This can help your pro give off good passes whenever you're under pressure or when you're receiving the ball. When you're about to receive the ball and you're under pressure, composure also plays a role in that. Now, for the pace, we are going to go with 90 acceleration and 90 sprint speed. So we're not maxing out the pace, guys. I feel like 90 acceleration should be more than enough. 90 pace should be more than enough. You remember, you do get a +2 from the body, so your acceleration will actually be 92. Now, for the strength, we're going to go with some strength like we've been doing this all video. 87 strength and 80 aggression, guys. The strength and aggression helps your pro shield and protect the ball much, much more effectively from stronger opponents. And usually cams are weak, so we're going to go with some strength, guys. And remember, you do have that high balance, so it's going to be very challenging for them to get you off the ball. We're going to go with 80 stamina just so we can get the quick stab playstyle. And then for the weak foot, go with the 5-star weak foot. We are going to go with the 4-star skill move. But guys, if you're the type of cam that is not going to do no skill move, you can just drop it, leave it to 2 or even 3, and have more points to play with. Curve, we're going to go with 90 curve. This is going to help out with Travella passes. Now, we are going to max out the long pass. I do want to mention, you can probably lower this down if you want, since you will have the incisive pass plus, but we're going to max it out for the sake of it. And then short pass, I wouldn't go higher than 90 because you're not going to notice a difference. You're really not. You're going to have the tiki-taka, the ping pass, so your pro's going to be able to give off good passing from short distance. You're also going to have inventive plus, which is good for those double tap. Now, we're going to go with 90 crossing because we're going to need it in order to get the whip pass playstyle. Then we're going to go with 95 vision. This is going to help out how accurate those long passes come out, whether it's in the air or on the ground. And then we're going to go with a little bit of finishing and shot power with the creator. Now, you will have the whip pass plus, which I think is, yeah, it's the creator plus. Now, the good thing about this perk is it's really good for crossing. I mean, if you're a cam and you're crossing, maybe you shouldn't be playing cam. Which one would I replace, guys? You actually don't have to replace any of them. The main reason we were going to go with this is so you can get the perk. So you can still get the perk without equipping the playstyle. So we just didn't equip the playstyle. I would just keep these two, guys. Unless you're going to be crossing as a cam, then go with the whip pass plus. But if you're not going to cross, which I'm assuming most of you guys won't, then don't go with it. Like I said, you will still get the perk, which will boost your teammates' finishing, balance, and ball control. But at this point into the game, majority of the strikers are going to have high finishing, high balance, and high ball control already. Unless you just got the game or your striker's a low level So keep that in mind. Even though we don't have the playstyle active, you can equip the playstyle if you want. You can take out the game changer and go with the whip pass if you want. But we're not going to equip it. I don't think it's worth it. You will still get the perk, by the way. Now, for the playstyles, we're going to go with the passing ones. Ping pass, long ball, and then we're going to go with tiki taka. So when it comes to short distance passes or long passes, you're going to be covered on that. The passing is already good. You have really good stats. Then we're going to go with tech. The regular tech is really good to dribble with. You press RB or R1. Your pro will go into control sprint. Then we're going to go with a press proven. This keeps the ball very close to your feet when you're just jogging and looking for a passing option, or if you ever need to shield the ball as well. We're going to go with the first touch next. It's going to help you trap the ball much easier. Then we're going to go with rapid. So when you're pushing up with the ball, your pro isn't taking those heavy touches or heavy knock-ons. And then for the last two guys, we're going to go with finesse shot, because I'm assuming some of you guys sometimes are going to be taking finesse shots or shooting in general if your teammates aren't open. And then for your last one, you can go with enforcer if you want, or we can go with another scoring one, low driven shot. So it's all up to you on what you want to go with for your last one, or even trickster. But I would either recommend enforcer or the low driven. So all up to you. We're going to go with enforcer because enforcer did get a buff, but you can go with the low driven as well. So you can have a low driven play style, which will be useful sometimes if your teammates are ever covered or you have the shooting lane open, you can rip a shot. But ladies and gentlemen, these are the play styles and these are the attributes that we went for the level 95 creator archetype. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.